Are you looking to move to Chesapeake Beach, Maryland? You better watch this video before you do. Alright, what's up everybody? My name is Schou. I'm with eXp Realty here in Southern Maryland, and if this is your first time on our channel, make sure you click that subscribe button, you click the little bell so you're notified every time we put out new content. Honestly, I love helping people move down to Southern Maryland, so if you need any help, if you have any questions, make sure you use that contact information below, and I'd be happy to get you started on your Southern Maryland home journey. Alright, so like I said, today we're going to be talking about moving to Chesapeake Beach, Maryland. But before we get started, let's give you a little background on Chesapeake Beach. Chesapeake Beach is a town in northeastern Calvert County. It's a small town with about 6,000 residents, and it's located along the shores of the Chesapeake Bay. Now, it has lots of different history to it, but most recently, it's really been known as a resort town where a lot of people from not only Maryland, but Virginia and other areas come and enjoy the Chesapeake Bay. So it is a really neat and up-and-coming town. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the pros and cons of living in Chesapeake Beach. All right, so one of my first pros about living in Chesapeake Beach is if you go onto niche.com, which is a great site for looking up new areas that you're going to be moving to or just researching the area where you currently live, it is the #2 town to live in Calvert County. A lot of that has to do with the cost of living. The home prices are a little bit lower than other areas in Calvert County, but one of the big drivers is the school system in Chesapeake Beach, which there's an elementary school right there, is one of the top rated school systems, or one of the top rated elementary schools right there in Chesapeake Beach. So if you have a family that is looking for a great elementary school, you really can't go wrong with Chesapeake Beach. Beach Elementary is the name of that elementary school that's located in Chesapeake Beach. All right, so another pro besides that, great schooling, is it just has that small town feel. So if you really like that where everyone kind of knows your name kind of deal, Chesapeake Beach is like that. With 6,000 residents, there's really not anyone that's a stranger to you unless it's a tourist that's coming from out of town. But for the most part, everyone knows everyone and everyone takes care of anyone. And that community feel really can't be beat if you love that kind of interaction you have with your neighbors and stuff like that. So I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier. Another pro are the home prices. Now I'm going to say this with a caveat. Home prices are $370,000 on average, which is high. So it's high compared to other Southern Maryland areas. Like it's high compared to Lusby, Maryland. It's high compared to Lexington Park in California, Maryland. But on average for Calvert County, it's actually below their county average. Calvert County's average is $399,000, and it's significantly below at $370,000. So it's got that small town feel, it's got a great elementary school, and the prices are a little bit lower than other areas in Calvert, so a lot of people like to move there because of that. Now there are some great things to do in Chesapeake Beach, as you guessed, because it is a tourist place. So there's a water park that you can take the family, or you can go yourself if you just want a fun time playing outside. There's a campground that you can stay and just have family come in, or you can stay there when you're looking for a property, or maybe you just want a night out underneath the stars. There's also all types of great trails and hikes that go around Chesapeake Beach and through the marshes, and you can even walk the boardwalk that goes in front of the Chesapeake Bay. So it's just a really neat, great outdoor stuff. But if the outdoor stuff isn't your thing, they also have some great restaurants and a beautiful resort and spa at the Rod and Reel. So for such a small little area, there's some really cool amenities right there for you to enjoy if you're living right there. One other thing that you might want to do when you go down there, and that area is really known for, is there's great charter fishing. So whether it's you're going to get on a head boat, which is where a bunch of strangers kind of come on one big boat, 40 or 50 of them, and go fishing, or you're going to get a traditional charter boat, which is normally 6 to 10 people going out, or you're looking for a light tackle guide, there are lots of options in Chesapeake Beach, and you're right in the middle of some of the best fishing in the Chesapeake Bay. So if you love fishing, that might really be one of the things that really draws you into Chesapeake Beach. Another pro about Chesapeake Beach is it's nice that the essentials that you need are right there in Chesapeake Beach. So if you're shopping and you need groceries, you need fast food, you need some chain restaurants, stuff like that, they got some stuff right there at the Chesapeake Station Shopping Center for you to be able to enjoy and be able to use. So it's nice that you don't have to go too far to get the essentials. I'm going to get into the cons kind of side of the shopping in a little bit, but for the most part, what you need on a day-to-day basis is right there in Chesapeake Beach. And my last pro is the commute to DC and Annapolis is not that bad. So the commute to DC is around 55 minutes to an hour, and the commute to Annapolis is about 45 minutes or so. Now that is a long commute, and a longer commute than some people might want to do, but for the commute and the home prices, it might still be a really good deal for you, because you can get a really great house for a lot less and then just have to commute maybe an extra half hour or 40 minutes more than you would if you're living right by those city centers of DC and Annapolis. And honestly, if you're looking for a house in DC in those capital regions, you're going to be hard pressed to find it for that 370 price range that I mentioned earlier in Chesapeake Beach. So some people don't mind trading that longer commute off for that better house. That can be a definite pro at Chesapeake Beach. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get into the cons of Chesapeake Beach. Now, there really is, like I said before, there are some essentials you can get when you're shopping in Chesapeake Beach, but for the most part, a lot of your bigger ticket stuff, if you need to go to Home Depot or say you need to go up to the mall, you're going to need to travel outside of Chesapeake Beach, and that can mean you're taking a little trip, whether it's to Upper Marlboro, which is about a half hour away, or you're going up to Annapolis to the Annapolis Mall, which is about 45 minutes away. So some people don't like that they have to travel that far, so that can be a con for that. I don't mind a car ride, especially when it's not a whole bunch of traffic on a weekend or something like that. So it's nice to kind of get out and get away from home sometimes and go see those things. Another con that I've heard people talk about is it can get a little touristy during the summer. There's a lot of people that come in and enjoy the different amenities around Chesapeake Beach. Some people just don't like that feel of other people coming in their area. But for the most part, what I've seen and what I've experienced, the people that come into Chesapeake Beach are always polite and always kind. And so I kind of get where people are coming from saying it's a con, but it's not a deal breaker for a lot of people. The last one are jobs. Right in Chesapeake Beach, unless you're kind of like a tourism industry, jobs can be tough to find. So that's why a lot of people travel outside of Chesapeake Beach to work, whether it's to DC, Upper Marlboro, or Annapolis, just different areas other than right there in Chesapeake Beach. So if you're thinking you're going to be able to move to Chesapeake Beach, find that, steady career salary job right there in Chesapeake Beach, you're most likely not, and you're most likely going to have to commute somewhere else. All right, so those are my pros and cons about moving to Chesapeake Beach. If you have any questions or need any help, make sure you use that contact information below. And again, if this is your first time on the channel or you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you click that subscribe button, click that little bell so you're notified every single time we put out new content about living in Southern Maryland.